but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, it's definitely do or die. If the Chihuahuas can get a 2-0 here, they'll skyrocket up the standings and they will be ahead of the Mallrats, the Ice Cocks, and the Banditos. And likewise for the Mallrats. But if these two teams split right now, then they're going to be 9 points apiece. And that's going to have them tied with the Ice Cocks and Banditos that played the game after this one. So if either of these teams get a sweep, then that's gonna put them in a really good spot.
Yeah.
And Dags makes a big save there on the first shot he faces.
Yeah, it was a solid shot. He had a shield out, so he just guessed right there.
And Sir now gets stolen from Bruce Campbell, who's making his CHL appearance, and so is Halo owner. Gives it back to Fancy. Fancy, the only original starter of this Mallrats lineup. They are trying to earn their cheese.
Ooh, Fancy just gave Tom the short post and he did not take it.
And Sir buries it there. And that's going to be the first goal of the game and goal of the series. And that's going to be on their very first shot as well. Fancy didn't have his force field. And his defense was unable to clear it. He didn't have his dash either. Not much he could do.
Yeah, it was really just not clearing the puck when it's right in front and your goalie's out of abilities.
Oh, and he gets shark there, but
he's fine.
He's okay. He's Fancy Pants. Good recovery there. That could have easily been a 2-0 advantage with just a minute in. And Tom's got a chance here. Buries it.
I was reading chat, but yeah, Tom just kind of walked through everyone. Fancy just kind of guessed boost. According to the res Bob, we really shouldn't have to boost in those situations. Defense really did not help him at all, though.
Yeah. Dagius now makes another save. That was going right into him, luckily.
Yeah.
Cubs is saying some stuff. And that's short side for Sir. That looks a lot like the goal you got on me in our series. I keep bringing that up because it was good times. And Dags is going to get an assist.
Yeah,
That's
it was
the point.
similar, but the difference was Fancy Pants did have his X still.
Yeah.
So that really should absolutely never work.
And Sir breaks up that one-timer. I mean, like you said, that the Mallrats are pretty much a ragtag group of players. I mean, Halo and Bruce skating, that's not ideal situations.
No.
And right now we just... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the thing is, we did have to run some exceptions, so we really can't have the top line skaters here because they do kind of have to be penalized for having players that aren't showing up.
Yeah.
So we're just making sure games are played, but it really is less than ideal.
Oh, without a doubt. I know that speaking with Halo, he did pitch if Rush could play, but I felt that's kind of a boost for the team. I mean, Rush is a very good player, and that would kind of incline other teams to just say, "Oh, I can't get my lineup on."
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'd like to see a nice Rush versus Tom match, we wouldn't have to. Rush wouldn't be allowed to play for that because he's basically like a late first round, early second round player. So
and he's also barred from CHL.
Yeah. That's also important too.
Yeah. Cubs is saying that I gave up a chance to improve my goals against average, but I believe that as a goalie, I think that it's very important. In Rez's Bible, he also mentions that having good mentality, having good morale, like not beating yourself up. And I feel like having Dagius get his first start against probably the worst team in the league, no offense, not even a real team technically, that's going to be another save for Dags.
Well, I mean, standings-wise, they are the worst, and today they're having the weakest lineup so far.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be a good confidence game for him. He can get into a rhythm a bit, because you don't want to just throw a goalie into the fire and then expect them to excel, right? So this is a very big, important game for them. If Dagius can get the win here, I can see him getting more starts. Tom trying to get it to Sir there. Sir gets the puck again. Fancy, good save, but
that was a very strange sequence of events. Kind of had that one-timer glitch there, and it kind of screwed them up. But oh, there's a good chance. Oh, Quackster's a nice click there.
Yeah, Quackster proving to be a solid pickup in the draft. I mean, You're sometimes I guess you're very fortunate sometimes to have a lot of active players, and it helps when you have a lot of active players that are actually really good too. So you
Yeah.
like we've had Peter get familied quite a bit, which is one of the very few players that actually had an accurate attendance rating. Um, but we've had Quackster and Met step up a lot.
Yeah, your lineup has been, aside from Tom and Sir, which seems to be your core, that third skater's switched around a bunch of times.
Yeah,
I've noticed. So I don't know if that's just whoever shows up. I think one time it was Quackster was warmed up, so you chose to play him.
and
Ooh.
Tom able to get. Tom is so great with that shot because you don't want to give up near posts to him because he scores so many times that way, but
Yeah.
he's able to get across there and bury that, and I can't help but be happy because it's my team.
Yeah, it's really a goal like that is more on the defense than the goalie.
Of
The
course,
right
yeah.
decision is to.
Ooh,
That's not a goal.
that's we've been seeing quite a few of those in CHL.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There's one yesterday. I remember.
yeah, I know that was a game. That was a shot that decided it in the first game of the playoffs versus the Storms in my series in season 6.
Oh yeah,
That
there's a one time.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like those, but it's part of the game.
I mean, it says own goal, but it still should be credited to whoever shot it or whatever.
Do you remember who shot that in?
Uh,
I don't know. We're gonna have to.
I want to say Quackster, I'm not 100% sure. What I
think-
kind of thought about is that really the defense is just not. There really isn't anyone who's used to playing defense. There's another breakaway.
Yeah. Tom has literally all day
Tom had all
Unable-
day.
yeah.
and he did
unable
that.
to bury it there, but I mean, you got to be thankful that in this game right now, like the Mallrats have been kind of forced to take perimeter shots, and Dagius has had his force field or quick reactions every single time, and the Chihuahuas just able to get like these
Oh, man.
breakaways day in and day out, buries it there on Fancy. Fancy a little bit like left to die, left to left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta respect Fancy for at least staying around. Going into this game, he probably knew that his stats are probably gonna take a beating.
Yeah.
At least if things went as I expected, which they pretty much are. Yeah, they're really Mallrats have really nothing for the Chihuahuas so far, and it's looking like it might be an ugly series. Oh
And
man.
Quackster just clicking through everybody and gets that, and that's some GG Carlito level stuff out of Quack.
Yeah, that was really persistent clicking there. No one on the Mallrats could clear that.
What do you do? Because you're in those situations quite a bit as defender, and you just do it. Do you have any advice for them in that regard? Okay, that's. I think.
Advice. Usually you want it. Well, obviously you want to be spamming. Ideally, you want to be trying to steal it in a direction opposite to where the skater is, so that you're gonna throw it instead of just constantly shooting into the offensive skater where he'll have a chance to hit it.
Yeah.
You want to be trying to kind of do the VAP steal where you're pulling it away from them, so they don't have a chance to steal it back to you, or you're not just shooting it back into them.
Right.
Now, at this point, do you think the game is even going to get to the third period?
Honestly, you gotta give credit to the Mallrats where it's due. I mean, Halo and Fancy obviously knew the type of situation they were gonna be in going into this game, but thankfully they're actually making it very quick for us as casters. They're not letting it get drawn out. They're just, they're just, 8 goals on 14 shots. I mean, majority of those shots were breakaways or one-timers. So, I mean, Fancy not getting too much help from his team. It looks like they all just want to get on with it.
Yeah, I was just laughing at Rush's comment. Caster starts yelling World Star because this is a beatdown.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not too pretty right now.
Sir now, another breakaway. He waited. He was really patient there. Waited for the short side to get cleared up from the X. I mean, Fancy did everything right there, but what can he do?
Yeah, he's gone to that point where, as a goalie, you're really second guessing every move. You're getting so many open chances on you that you don't know if they're just gonna delay it or just do an open shot.
Bruce Campbell doesn't even get a chance to take that shot. I mean, this is the best I've seen the Chihuahuas. I can't tell if it's the best they've played or it's just the Mallrats.
I mean, it's probably a bit of both. They are playing better than they've. Oh my god.
Tom in alone buries it. This is the
Oh my god.
first mercy of the CHL. World Star, baby, World Star.
That. Ooh, that play was really weird. Um, this is just a solid stat pad game if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Just gonna help Tom be at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
For stats for points. He gets a hat trick to end the game. Sir gets 6 points. Pretty much was just a stomp, not much else to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,